Okay, and I'm recording. So, please tell everyone what happened when you went to court for a simple traffic ticket.
Okay, I went into the courtroom, and they're supposed to call your name, and if they don't call your name, you step up and tell the sheriff or bailiff, your name, and then he'll look. And he said that my name wasn't on the docket or on the list, so he told me I had to go to the clerk of the court. Yeah. So waited in line, went to the clerk, and she said that this was not for a court date. This was for an arraignment, or actually, I don't even know if that's the right term. But basically, she told me I had to plead guilty or not guilty to her. And when I told her, well, the car wasn't mine, she said, okay, well, you have to go see the judge and plead guilty or not guilty. I also told her I wanted to file a motion for discovery, so I would have to do that in front of a judge. So she set another court date for me to come all the way back there, and because it's kind of far from my home, and I had to tell the judge guilty or not guilty, and then I guess I would go to court. They would set a trial date.
So basically, they gave you a date on the citation, and then you show up to court, and then they say, oh, you're not on here, so you got to talk to the clerk, and then the clerk says, well, you got to answer to me and tell me what you want to do, and then I'll tell you what you can do, basically.
Exactly, and I told her at my age, I've been to court enough times to know that I've never heard of having to plead to a clerk.
Right. Well, a lot of people don't know this, but you actually can plead to a clerk. However, what they do is they do that because it saves the judge time and it saves them money, essentially. But in fact, you can say, hey, I want to speak to a judge. I don't want to talk to you today. Because in reality, anybody could have said, you know what, well, I don't want to talk to you. My date here is for today, and I want to speak to the judge today. But, well, I mean, I'm assuming it was packed. Is that the case?
Oh, yeah, it was. Yes, like they were giving away turkeys.
Which is probably why they said, well, let's save time here, and you can deal, with me instead of the judge. When in fact, it would have been better to talk to the judge, because now basically you got to come back all over it and do it all over again, and it's like you weren't even there today.
It's taking more of my time, more of my day.
Right, and it's still arraignment.
Right. That's ridiculous.
Essentially giving you another citation for like another notice to appear, and so that's why. What would you recommend to people out there that are just going to simply sign whatever a clerk gives them?
Well, of course, read it first, but I would actually advise them to talk to you or someone like you, because it doesn't matter what they tell us. If they tell us something that just appears to be slightly reasonable, our first mind is going to say, okay, that's their procedure. But we have no idea because they make sure we don't know any of the procedures whatsoever.
That's true. That is correct, and unfortunately, they, in my opinion, they don't even have the proper procedures. It doesn't even exist because, it's a traffic court. It's not criminal or civil. So.
Right, it's deception, though. It's all based on deception.
Yeah. How
they can change the rules right on the fly while you're talking. It's like playing basketball, and then when you shoot a long two-pointer, you say that counts for 4.
Yeah.
So, as the ball's going up and going in.
Right, and so this video, I mean, we're both making it so that other people can be aware that if this happens to them, that basically you would do it differently, right? I mean, you wouldn't go to the clerk. Yeah. So
definitely not. I would definitely do it different. But because I do actually remember saying, well, I know I need to tell the judge this, and she said, well, no, you can tell me. And I said, what I also said was, can I go later on in the day? Like, can't you set it for later on? And she's like, no, there's no way we could do that. So over and over and over, she figured out how to tell me I had to come back.
Right, because once again it was so packed.
Yeah, it's like a mafia.
They're giving you a service you can't refuse.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay.
But don't know how to refuse.
Yeah. Well, I don't think there really is a way to refuse, but I wanna thank you for making this video with me so that we can share this information with other people that might have gotten tricked by a court clerk into simply appearing again when in fact they should be going in front of a judge and but you know it's a catch-22 because we as a people we still have a little faith in other people, but unfortunately when it comes to the government we can't have any faith in them because the bailiff in reality it started with him who told you go to the clerk as if that's procedure when in fact it's not. It would have been best to wait for the judge, but then again, who are we to argue? We tried to do that, and before we we got resisting arrest charges.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's a deception based on under color of authority and based on our ignorance to the law and procedures.
Right, and even then, even if we know it, like myself, I know that they don't follow the law, so it's kind of like.
No, they don't care about that. That's a deception. These people always have two sets of books.
Yeah.
So.
Well, thank you once again, and I'm gonna stop the video now. Okay.